that time of year again where it's getting bloody hot. Oops, I just spilled the coffee. That's fucking brilliant. Great start. Before we get into the video, I do want to have a chat about something. Oh my gosh. I have to use my dice tray as like a holder. I've got the window shut and no fan on, unfortunately. It is roasting in here, I can't lie. But all the same, we move. But basically, before I get into the ramble proper today, or whatever it will be, I guess, I thought I'd just have a chat. So, as you very well may have noticed, the channel has hit, or nearly hit 1,000 as of making this video, and that's amazing. I never thought we'd get there, if I'm honest. Not out of any other reason than the fact that when I started this channel, I guess I don't know, I just never thought actually 1,000 people would be interested in listening to the content. So, thank you very much, those of you that have subscribed. And those of you that actively watch as well. So, let it be a reminder, if you're watching this right now and you're not subscribed, maybe consider subscribing, help us get to the goal a little bit sooner. But all the same, we're going to be doing a special when that comes up. If I talk weird today, I'm a little bit cautious because I've got a big fat mouth ulcer on my lip. I think I must have bitten it at some point, and it's excruciating. But yeah, we're going to be doing some specials. I have had some comments asking me what it is exactly we'll do for like the specials, and honestly, I don't know is the answer. Well, I do know, but like I don't know if I'm going to be doing like one thing. I feel like I want to do like a couple of specials, like maybe a long ramble, like a gum chew video, because I know that like not all the content is for everyone because it's quite a wide variety. Not everyone wants to watch an eating video, not everyone wants to watch a gum ramble. So what I might do is something very similar to last time, which is do maybe do a poll on the channel. So if you want to be involved in that, go and check the channel out. Like right now, go and check if it's there. If it's not there already, it'll be there at some point. But I'll do a poll, maybe asking for like certain types of videos, and then like maybe the top 3 will get made. I don't know, something like that. I'll do a poll. What I definitely want to do is another Q&A, because I enjoy doing the Q&As. So I'll probably do another Q&A. And right now, like I don't know exactly where I'll put all the questions. But for starters, if you want to be involved in that, what I would say is on this video right now, drop some questions you might have for the Q&A, and I'll obviously make note of them, put them down in the comments below, and I'll add them to a list of questions. I'll probably also do another question, post on the community tab, asking for questions, and I might ask in other videos. We'll see. I just don't want to spread it out so much that it becomes difficult to keep track of where they are. But yeah, basically that's what's happening right now. So definitely doing a Q&A. Drop your questions that you want to have answered in the video here. I know that not everyone is going to watch this one, so I might have to add it into another eating video. We'll see. But yeah, go ahead and drop your questions below for a Q&A if you're watching and interested in learning more. And then others will probably be like voted on. In the types of videos, there might be a roleplay video. It might be like, I don't know, like maybe there'll probably be like longer videos on ones that I wouldn't normally do or haven't done yet, maybe. So one might be, for example, like an ASMR version of teaching D&D combat, or it might be like with a view of like a map. The other might be a video, like I said, like a long ramble, like a gun ramble long version, or maybe like picking out a specific type of food to eat or something, I don't know. I'm so unsure, if I'm honest. I just know that I want to do a Q&A, but also like you guys have helped me get here, obviously by subscribing. I won't have 1,000 subscribers without the 1,000 subscribers, so I like to sort of reach out and see what you would like to see. I think that's probably the best way of doing it, but I know that the Q&A is something that I enjoyed last time, so that's why I'm going to do that, for sure. And then after that, gotta wait till like 2,000 or whatever it'll be, which would be crazy. Can't imagine that, but who knows what will be at that point. It's been like nearly a year. God, I don't even know how long it's actually been. I started in at the beginning of October, I believe it was, maybe the middle of October, sometime around then is when I started, I believe. Don't remember off the top of my head, but the 1 year anniversary, I've already got a video in mind for that. I made a video like with my original 10, so when I started the channel I made 10 videos and uploaded them all at the same time, because I just remember like years ago, you know, doing research on it and it being like, you should always hard launch a channel with a series of videos rather than just one. So I hard launched with like 10 videos, and yeah, when I did that, I lost my train of thought, is what I did. I made a video that was on a list, it was on a schedule list, but I kept bumping it back because I made new videos that I wanted to show, and eventually it just got knocked back and back and back and back and back and back, and by January it became a bit of a joke to me about it being like the video that never comes out. And I thought, yeah, maybe on the 1st year anniversary I'll upload it as like that, or I'll publish it as like a year in review, you know, or something. I don't know. So yeah, I can't believe I've been doing it for nearly a year. Like, how long would it be? About 9 months, maybe. The length of a pregnancy. That was a very weird thing to compare it to, but there we go. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm very glad that we've made it this far. I'm kind of shocked that that we did, to be honest. It's always very hard because you do see some channels that, I don't know, like stagnate, that just don't go much further. Yeah, there's like apparently a thing where like there's a lot of channels that don't make it past a certain point. I mean, I'm not actually past that point. I think it's 2,000. But yeah, I would like to think that we'll push past that. I'm not like, you know, I can't like, I've been getting a lot of comments about SEO and stuff, and like, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't care. I'm not bothered. Like, I don't really care about that shit. If I was making it into a business, maybe I would like sit down. It wouldn't even be maybe. I would sit down and like really go into the marketing side of it. But I've got a busy enough life. I can't be fucked to make a career out of YouTube right now. You know, if we hit like, you know, a few more thousand, and there was a prospect of making a bit of money from it, where it was like, okay, I might actually take it a bit more seriously, in as much as like not change the content, but maybe like you know, try to put more effort into the marketing side and actually try to, I don't know, like build that outside of a business, then that would be different. But right now, like, I'm already self-employed. I don't have a 9 to 5 where I go and come back, and don't have to, like, I mean, I'm not, well, that sounded very close to me saying that a 9 to 5 isn't hard, which is not at all what I'm trying to say in the slightest. I would never suggest that ever. But what I mean is, like for example, if you're working in certain jobs, you're not having to worry about the marketing side of that business. You're just kind of there doing your job, and you go home. Like, it's monotonous, back-breaking maybe work, but like, you might want to come back, for example. What I'm trying to say is that you might want to come home and work on something like a personal project, like a business, like you might want to come back and, like, focus on marketing your YouTube channel, for example. But that's not me, because I already have to do that, and I don't want to continue doing that for something that's a passion project, and that's what I'm trying to say. I felt like I had to clear the air there. Definitely I'm not saying, as someone that has worked those sorts of jobs, I'm definitely not saying that. Absolutely not. Your boy worked in a bar for a year, and awful shit. Hated it, but it was alright. I mean, I guess it's alright, but, like, not good stuff. That job did not come to a good end. I think I've probably told this story before, but my run of doing that job ended when I would constantly be put on, like, 13, 15-hour shifts. Granted, there was like a split, so you'd have, like, an hour off for lunch, but, like, it was grueling. But one of the last proper shifts I did, actually it might have been my last proper shift, I did a split shift right from the morning, and I was the only one in the bar, and I had to there was like some kind of, like, ale festival going on, drinks festival, and so this guy who, like, it was obviously just like a dude, like, not someone who obviously ran a business or anything. I don't really know how to describe this. Just a guy was, like, showing up to deliver, like, kegs, and he was, like, bringing them in from the truck into the like, the storage room, the back of the bar. And then as he was trying to step up into the building, he tripped up, and I ran in to grab him, which was so crazy because this guy was huge. Like, he was like a big dude, and there's me, nowhere near a big dude, running up trying to grab onto him to stop him from falling over with a heavy keg. The keg falls out of his hands, lands on my foot and onto my toe, and obviously I'm in agony. He's apologising. I'm like, it's all good. I continue to work. My foot is in agony. I don't really know what's happened to it. Obviously, I've got shoes on, and I'm walking around doing the rest of the shift, or doing the rest of the morning shift. Then it comes into the evening, and I don't even know if it was on a split, because I think I would have checked during my break, but I didn't. So I might have been on all day without a break. Anyway, I went on into the evening. It was a very busy night, and I'm walking around, and we're, like, on our feet all day. I've not sat down really at all, and a certain point comes, I'm just like, my foot is, like, in so much pain. So I like tap out at the bar. I'm just like, I need to go, like, something's happened. I go into this room and say what happened earlier on, that I had this cake dropped on me, and obviously they're like, why didn't you tell us? Which is fair. I just, at that point, I'm a young dude. I don't really know what my rights are. sock off. It's covered in blood. My foot is, my sock is like soaked in blood, and my foot is fucked. Well, when I say fucked, I mean like it obviously landed. Like I'm lucky it didn't take a toe off. If I'm honest, I'm lucky I still have all of my toes. It landed and obviously crushed a toe. Now I didn't know if I could, and they're like basically, oh my god, I'm getting too many words. Slow the story down. Oh my gosh. Basically, they take a look. He asked me if I can move my foot. I can move my foot. I can move the toe, though it's absolutely painful. He basically puts a blue plaster on, which is like just a cheap plaster, and says, "There you go. Like it's fine. Like if you can move it, it's not broken. Get back to work." And I worked the rest of the shift. He had no idea whether or not anything else was wrong. They barely do first aid, much less like knowing what's going on. That could have been something really serious. And no, they just shoved me back on the shift. I get home that night. Basically, I'm in so much pain by the end of the shift that I couldn't even. So normally what I would do is I would finish my shift and I'd walk up and get a taxi back home, because it was cheaper than it was easier than walking all the way back home in like 2 a.m. through Watford, which just is not a good idea. And there's no buses, so there's no way to get back home. So yeah, I spent basically an hour worth of my shift paying for travel back home. But I digress. That day I was just like, I can't walk up there. I'm in so much pain. So I called my mate, like during I messaged my friend to basically be like, can you drive me back? So he comes and picks me up, takes me back home, and I'm saying to him like, well, what happened? So he comes in with me, and I sit down and obviously I'm living at home at this point. I've only just graduated from school, and my mum was like looking at it, like, because I obviously said what had happened. I get back in, I take my shoe off, and when I tell you my sock was like the second skin, I mean it was like clenched to my foot. It had dried. It got so soaked in blood that it had actually hardened, and I had to peel the sock off. It was completely like, I know this is a bit TMI, but you could have ringed it. It was that bad, and oh my god, she lost her shit. She lost her shit because like your kid comes back home with what seems like it could be a serious injury, and their manager didn't send them to A&E. Like, they had an accident at work and they just forced them to get on with their job. And at the time, I didn't know my rights. I should have been, in reality, I should have gone, I'm not being funny, I just had a cake dropped on my foot, I'm not working the rest of the shift, I'm going to A&E, and if you don't, I'm getting lawyers involved. But I had to take time off work. I couldn't be on my feet. It was excruciating. Luckily, I hadn't broken anything. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but like it was in a lot of pain. It crushed the foot, like the nail, and really badly damaged like the end of the toe. But like it hadn't broken the bone. It hadn't like mangled it. My toe is still fine, but like it had. Like even now the nail is like different. I don't know how to describe it. Like just it feels a bit. It's a bit gross to talk about, isn't it? Maybe I'll stop there. But like there has been like repercussions. But they basically wanted me to come back to work, and me not really knowing my rights, she got on the phone, as I'm sure those of you with parents who or guardians that of this disposition might understand, might know. just kind of got on the phone and was like, you know, he's not working on his feet. If he's coming back in, he's sitting down. He'll take tickets, he'll do other stuff, but he's not doing anything else. So I went in, I did one more shift where I sat in the comedy booth upstairs and just took tickets. And after that, they tried to get me on my feet again once I'd taken the tickets in. And I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You're not coercing me into just standing on my feet. And after that, I decided, do you know what? Like, fuck capitalism, man. Fuck the system. I'm not putting my health on the line so that you can use me to make money. Like, fuck you. Fuck you, man. That was the moment I decided I'm never being employed in that way again. If I'm gonna work, I'm working for myself. I'm never, ever, ever putting myself in a situation where someone else gets to decide whether my health is more important than profit. I refuse to do it. And I lived my life that way for a little while until I got another job, but you know, the other job was actually fine. I worked as a student ambassador when I was at university, which basically just meant I did other things, but you pick your shifts. There was an element of control there. You get to decide what shifts you do, what you do, and it paid pretty decently, so I thought I would do that. Honestly, I can't lie, this is maybe a different story, but I kind of signed up as a joke. Like, other people were signing up, and I thought, oh, it would be such a meme if I sign up. Yeah, I signed up with some other people, did it as a joke. Ended up getting the interview, which I went with some other people again as a joke, and then I saw and thought nothing of it, and then suddenly I got employed, and I was like, wait, like, you know, that, oh, me, that was me. The worst part about it was I got employed as a student ambassador and then didn't do any shifts for a year because I didn't actually seriously think I would get it. So I got employed by the university and went, okay, I'm a student ambassador now. I just didn't work. I didn't pick up any shifts, like there wasn't any like requirement to do so. You just get put on the system to be able to do it. And honestly, biggest mistake of my life. I should have been doing that shit much earlier, because a year later I thought, do you know what, oh shit, yeah, I'm a student ambassador, I could probably get some work, and went and started looking at the system, picking up shifts, and bruh, I tell you, when that cash dollar started rolling in, I was like, okay. Especially when I moved out of student accommodation and moved into my own flat with people, then the money was good, and it was like, damn, I wish I'd been doing this for the year before, because I could have been making good money. Very sad, but there you go. Very, very sad that I didn't pick up on that sooner, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Can't do anything about it now. But after that, I did my masters, and COVID hit in the middle of my masters, and then after that, finding work was we were kind of in an obscure area. I don't want to name drop where we were, but it was really difficult finding work. I was on what do you call it? I was with I can't remember the term. Not job seekers, but basically a system where they would post listings to you about work. I must have put through, and I'm not shitting you, I'm not joking here, I put through maybe 100 applications to different jobs. I had one interview at View Cinema, and I went to the interview. I can't lie. I don't think I did amazingly there, but I feel like I prepared fairly decently until they asked me my age. And the moment I told them my age, I feel like they knew they could hire someone for much less to do the same job. Because if you don't know, I don't know how this is in other countries, but in the UK, as it currently stands, depending on your age, your minimum wage is different. So I would get paid more than someone who was 18, and so economically it's way more convenient to hire an 18-year-old than me to do the same job, because they get paid more, which is why I think it sucks. Also, it's such not only is it an undercut for the people who are older and unfair, but it's also like unfair for the 18-year-old who is getting paid less than the people that are older for the same job. I think it's one of the scummiest things. It should just be a minimum wage and that's it. I think it's super fucking scummy. But there you have it. Anyway, that is a year in the life, or several years in the life. But I guess to finish like around that story out after that, I went on to, like, during that process I was like building my own business, starting like Game Master stuff, and so I was doing like I because I wasn't earning enough, I had to be on searching for work, but at the same time I was also building this business, and it wasn't until about a year later that it really took off, because we were in a living situation, a house share, where it was really difficult to run games at night, because Katie and I basically lived in one room in a flat, and I couldn't run games when she was home, because basically she would get back from work and have to be silent in a room, whereas, you know, later on I could run games in an office, and she could be in a bedroom, in a living room, in a kitchen, wherever she wanted to be, or she could be in the office with the headphones on. So, you know, it made it a little bit easier as it went on, but like at the time it was really difficult. The irony now is that I have quite a lot of games that run during the daytime anyway, so back then it would have worked, but yeah, I guess a lot of that came from the new website that I started using as well, not just using Roll20 for hiring or recruiting, and I use Start Playing Games. This isn't an ad for Start Playing Games, but I am going to recommend them. If you're still listening and you like playing TTRPGs, you should definitely look into Start Playing Games. You can find Game Masters games on there, and it is predominantly for like paid GMs. There are free ones on there, but the benefit of this is that you can see GMs and they get reviewed, so you can see what people think about the GMs that you're potentially hiring, and there's lots of details on there, so just a recommendation. But I started using that when we moved out of that house share, and at that point things started looking more, you know, I was able to kind of be more financially independent, albeit it was hard, and now I'm in the best position I've ever been. It's not amazing, I can't lie, like I'm definitely not earning the amount that I would love to be earning, but at the same time I don't have to pay for travel expenses, I don't have to worry about, I manage my own time, I get to do what I love, you know, those things are worthy sacrifices for being much more focused on money, and I can, like, you know, work through it. So yeah, I would say a fair trade-off. But that is the current situation. I can't believe I just went through my employment history. I feel like I'm giving you like my Indeed profile. Yeah, that basically checks. I feel like this is a bit of an interview. Maybe I should do an ASMR. I'm applying for your job. There we go. So I'm going to end the video there. I've actually finished my coffee. I finished it ages ago. But thank you very much for listening in. If you enjoyed the video, drop it a like. Consider subscribing if you're not already. What else? The bell icon. Smash it. Punch that bell icon. And obviously, as mentioned at the beginning, if you want to be involved in the Q&A, drop some questions down below into the comment section. Also check out the community tab for any polls about the 1K other specials and or the questionnaire, or the Q&A, sorry, posts. I don't know if that will be one on there or not. Keep an eye out for those things, and obviously check out the videos on the side of the screen as well, and I'll see you in